Can you move right up, please? Thank you.
स्वभाव नित्या विकास ने गुरु को नाम but within this universe, within this horizon, there are innumerable planets. अशेषा यस्य प्रभाप्रभवतो जगदन्न कोटि कोटिषु अशेष वसुधादि विभूति भिन्न. By the shining effulgence from the body of Krishna, that is called Brahma Jyoti. Within that Brahma Jyoti or effulgence, there are innumerable universes. Ananta Koti. Yasya Prabha Prabhavatu Jagadanda Koti. Koti means innumerable. 1 million, 10 million is equal to 1 lakh. As such, 100 lakhs makes it 40. So, actually we see there are innumerable planets. But beyond this creation, this is material creation. 1/4 manifestation, 1/4 manifestation of God's creation. This material world. This is also only one universe. There are innumerable universes clustered together. And beyond this clustering of universes, there is another star which is called Parabhom or spiritual star. If you want to go there, then you have to penetrate through the material covering, earth, water, fire, air, like that. Each layer so big, and the next layer is 10 times more than the first layer. In this way, there are several layers. So penetrating through that several layers, you reach the spiritual sky. And after reaching the spiritual sky, there are so many Vaikuntha planets, spiritual planets. So that is summarized, Golokonami Nijadhami Talechatasya. The topmost planet is called Goloka, or Krishna Loka. Go means cows. Krishna is very much fond of cows. Therefore, that planet is called also Goloka, the planet full of cows. We have recited Brahma Samhita today. Chintamani Sakala Sadmasu Kalpa Vrikka Lakhabhatesu Surabhira Vipalantam. Krishna is engaged in tending cows. He is very much fond of cows. Surely, they are not ordinary cows. In the spiritual world, everything is spiritual. So, there is a planet, Golokana. So, that is the highest planet. Golokonami Nijadhami, that is the personal above. Golokonami Nijadhami Talechatasya. Under that planet, there are other planetary systems. They are called Devi Dhama, Mahesha Dhama, Hari Dhama. Now this universe, this material world is called Devi Dham. Devi Dham. It is under the control of the material energy. Srishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Reka Chaiva Jasya Bhuvanani Vibhakti Durga. This energy is also personified called Durga Devi. So, above this planetary system, there is Mahesha Dham. Mahesha Dham. In the border between spiritual sky and material sky. Above that, there are Haridham, the Vaikuntha planets, where Narayana, in various forms, is predominating. And above all of them, there is Goloka Dham, or Krishna Dham. The picture we have given in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So, Golokanami Nidham Vitale Chatasya Devi Mahesh Haridham Shteshti Tirite Prabhav Nichaya Vihitashta Jena. Each planetary system has got specific atmosphere. Everything is specific. So that is done, that is created by the Supreme Personality of God. So, in this way, Krishna is there at the topmost Goloka Dham. But still, Goloka Dham Nivasati, although he is living there, Apilatma Bhuta, he is everywhere. He is everywhere. That is Krishna. That's why we are sitting in this hall. We are not in our apartment, house. Krishna is not like that. He is in the Golokanam Nidhami, in his own planet. He is engaged in his occupation. Somewhere he is tending cows, somewhere he is dancing with the gopis. He is going on with his enjoying occupations, but still he is everywhere. Golokanami, Golokaiva Nivasati. Nivasati means always living there. Apiratma Bhuto. He is everywhere. He is within your heart. Ishara Sarvabhutana Hridesha Arjuna Tishta. He is within your heart. Not only within the heart, he is within the atom. Ekam pasu vachayatam jagadanna koti jachakti rasti jagadanna chayadanantam annantarastam paramani chayantarastam. If one plenary portion has entered this material world as Garbhodaksai Vishnu, from Garbhodaksai Vishnu, there is Kriyodaksai expansion of Kriyodaksai Vishnu. That Kriyodaksai Vishnu has entered every atom. Ekapasura Chetam Jagadanna Koti, Jachakti Rasti Jagadanna Chayalana. So, Krishna is everywhere. And if you are devotee, then you can catch it. This is the secret. Just like electricity is everywhere, electrons. One who can tackle the electrons, they can talk without any direct connection by electronic method, thousand miles away. Just like radio message, television message. So, similarly, Krishna is also everywhere. Just like the waves of sound wave is going on. As soon as you produce I produce one sound, immediately within a second, this sound moves round the earth 7 times. If a material thing has got so much power, just think how much power God has got. So He is everywhere. Simply you have to catch Him. And He is also ready for being caught. Yes. If somebody wants to catch Him, suppose you are a devotee, if you want to catch Him, He comes forward 10 times than you deserve. He is so kind. Therefore, we have to simply receive Him. So this deity worship in the temple means worshipping Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is Akhilatma Bhuta, where Himself finding, He is everywhere. Therefore, He has very kindly accepted to assume a form which you can handle. This form of Krishna, the atheist will say that here is a form made of marble. How is that? They are worshipping God, Krishna. That is atheist view. But from the Shastra we understand Krishna, if He is within the atom, why not within the marble? It is simply understanding, not only within, the marble itself is also Krishna. Because in the Bhagavad Gita, we understand Bhumi, Rapa, Anala, Vayu, Kham, Mana, Buddhi, Rivata. These material elements, earth, water, fire, air, they are Krishna's energy. Krishna says, Bhinna me Pakiti Astadha. They are my energies, separated energy. So, even if you consider that here is not Krishna but a marble, no, that marble is also Krishna. Marble is all, and Krishna is being omnipotent. Even for your logical argument, even if you say that this is a marble statue, still Krishna is so powerful, omnipotent, that He can accept your service even through this marble. Actually it is not marble. Or from spiritual vision, everything being Krishna, so Krishna can accept your service even through the marble, even through the water, even through the fire. Why not? Energy. Just like if you come to the sunshine, energy of sun, you immediately touch the sun glow. Is it not? Because the beams are coming from the sun glow, so as soon as you touch the sunshine, sun beam, you touch the sun immediately. And there are yogis who can reach the sun planet through the beams of sun. Because the spirit soul is very, very small, smaller than the atom. Esagra satubhagasya satubha kalpitasya. And the spirit soul can go everywhere. And it is the speed of spirit soul is greater than the mind. You have got experience of the speed of the mind. In a second you can go many thousands of miles. Mind. Suppose you are sitting here, those who are Indians, immediately within a second one can reach Calcutta, Bombay, immediately, without even less than a second's time. The mind speed you can imagine, and finer than the mind is the spirit soul. So how much speedy is the spirit soul? That we have to know from the Shastras, Shastra Janita, everything. Therefore, do not think that we have installed a marble statue. The rascals will say they are heathens. No, we are worshipping Krishna personally. Krishna personally, Krishna has kindly assumed this form just because we cannot see Krishna, the gigantic Krishna. Art Krishna is everywhere. Atasya Krishna namadi navaved grayam indriya. Our imperfect senses cannot see Krishna immediately. But Krishna is so kind. As we can see stone, we can see wood, we can see earth, we can see water, we can see color. Therefore, Krishna comes before us, just quite suitable for our vision. But he is Krishna. So this deity worship, those who are in charge of deity worship, they never should think that here is a statue. No, here is Krishna. The honor, the respect, the Sambram means with great honor, you must always think that here is Krishna personally. Don't think that it is a statue. Krishna personally. So you should honor and think also and be cautious so that you may not commit offense. Krishna worship, if you neglect the process, then it will be offensive. There are 64 kinds of offenses. You have seen it in the nectar of devotion. So, not very much. You should be very much clean. First thing is, cleanliness is next to godliness. Very much clean. Rise early in the morning, take your bath and perform Mangalarati, then chant Hare Krishna mantra, then read scriptures. In this way, remain 24 hours engaged in Krishna's service. This is the purpose of installing deity. Not that after a few days you think it is a burden. No, then it will be great offense. It is not burden, it is a great opportunity to serve Krishna. As the gopis are serving in Goloka Vrindavan, Krishna is so kind, he has come here to accept your service in a manner in which you can handle it. You can raise Krishna, you can offer prasadam, you can chant his glory. In this way, always remain engaged in Krishna consciousness, and gradually you will find how you are advancing in spiritual life. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. If we can ask all the ladies to move on that side and all the men to move on that side on the wall, so we can have Maharaj, Srila Maharaj, we can pass.
Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharya Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Paschatva Deshataya. 1973. At that time, I think, please forgive me, sometime I may forget. I think Shamsundar Prabhu, Malati, Shamsundar was the GBC, and mostly Shamsundar and others also, cultivating Mukunda, Gurudas, cultivating George Harrison, and he arranged that to get the center of London, that very place, West Central, heart of the city more or less, and Shamsundar made that, the temple room, very nice, Prabhupada liked, and asked, put a plate for Shamsundar, did this, and it's very beautiful, golden, wooden color. And this thing Shamsundar was asked by Prabhupada, will you carry a bigger place? Especially I remember, Rath Yatra time, so many devotees will be coming from Europe, other places. And we couldn't sleep, we have no place, very place. Sleeping till near the gate, even sleeping in the gate, and people knock and open. From Germany somebody coming, so many other places, Amsterdam, Belgium and other places, France. So many devotees. So Prabhupada said, we require a bigger place. You can tell my name and tell George Harrison. I tell his experience. I don't want to be a bad boy, asking again and again. He's thinking what to do. Sometimes sitting, he said, and George was there, I don't know where it is, maybe their place also, could be. He's telling his experience, how he got it here, this place, and he looks very long face and sitting morose. George saw him. What happened? No, I'm thinking, we have to get a bigger place. It's too small. It's very place. So many devotees. Prabhupada is telling some or other, get a bigger place. He's not telling him. That Prabhupada said. What I remember I'm telling, maybe gradually, he doesn't like. Ask for him. So I don't want to be a bad boy asking one after another. First Krishna book, which is maybe $19,000 a pound. At that time, lot of money. But he actually, ultimately, he agreed. He's saying, okay. Then again this, I don't know which one first, which one second. I think that one first. $19,000, one after another. And George will sometimes say, either in the very place or here, maybe sometime I can't remember. Shamsundar's book may be detailed there. He will be coming, and Rebhutinandan Swami will be asking me to help. And George likes samosa with cauliflower, peanut, ginger. Yes. If you give it some chutney, it will be much more tasty. And also cauliflower pakora. Also fried rice, which sometimes some ladies also make. And gulab jam. He liked all these things very much. And we used to always, sometimes even they take for him in a different career and make. And Rebhutinandan Swami from America, he's still there, is he? I don't know. I later saw him. Yeah, but I think long back, past. So anyway, this was when they got this place. Actually, then he agreed and found that place. And George. But there used to come many big personalities used to come. That Jan George, also friend of George, say, so I said, Ravi Shankar, setter is world famous, Bengali. And forgive me, it may not be in order time. And so Sham Sundar usually bring all these big people. Sometimes with the help of George, and every time Prabhupada used to tell, feed George nicely and make him happy. He was a very nice person, no doubt about it, and great devotee. And then we got this place, and Prabhupada, at that time, actually, we didn't have this, throne. And only we have got Radha Gokulananda, who gave, I don't remember, usually Prabhupada asked some big Indian businessmen, like industrialists, like Birla, gave New York Radha Govindaji. And very place one was taken from some Goel, Indian came in east of London, near Forest Gate somewhere. Some of the ladies knew that they brought a deity, and it was still 3 days left. Everything is complete, very place. But Prabhupada, deity is not there. But that is a very wonderful story. Mukunda will tell Prabhupada, you just kidnapped Krishna. Because actually, they brought that deity and some Radharani, very beautiful though, the deity. Radha Govinda Prabhupada liked it very much. That's it. The Radharani, in one finger, got a little chip, little broken. So they are, according to scripture, most of the Indian knows Brahmin, then you cannot, it is little defective, you cannot install. Common people, things like that. And Prabhupada talked to them. I like very much the story, many stories about that. And Prabhupada talked to them, took Sham Sundar, Tamal Krishna. It's just little before I joined, because the devotees told me I used to do the arati, so liked very much. And at the time others were there. Gurudas's wife. There are two sisters. One is Janaki, one is maybe Jamuna. Jamuna has got a lot of association of Prabhupada, learning, cooking, and she became famous, in the New York Times. It's fast doing. And she did that. And they used to go to George Harrison's house and also John Lennon's house. And Prabhupada didn't like John Lennon's lifestyle. Let us put it this way. With Yuko, the Japanese girlfriend, Yuko, you know. Yes, I didn't see her. But after that, I remember. So it was, George gave nice marble plate to make the throne of the Gokulananda, and Prabhupada will be, doing arati installation. And ladies will dress everything, maybe Balagopal from Hawaii, Madhavananda's wife, Kausala, Malati was there, Kausala was also there, Madhavananda's wife. That's the first wife, second wife. And there they used to dress the deity and very nicely decorated, and many devotees were there. And Revati Nandan, I cannot remember Hongsuto, sometimes become GVC, and there many other Monu, the Kulasekhar, many others devotees. You will see the picture still now there, video. You can see that. Very nice. I was behind the door as she's standing men there, watching everything there. And there's I think BBC, they'll be taking all these things, I think, as far as I remember. And they are also very places thing will be there. Sometimes little incident happened there. Managed purpose on the breaking, falling apart. And there, at that time, Sham Sundar used to bring many people, like a great poet, director of some big film, famous, and there was some poet from Ireland, some professor from Oxford. As I remember, maybe little bit mistake, somebody can correct me. At that time, as I remember some of the incident, also the poet Allen Ginsberg, he'll come, many others come and talk to Prabhupada and conversing here. Pradyumna, Prabhupada will be preaching to them, and Prabhupada asks, this sloka, read, whether it is Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam, and they have to quickly remember and find out. And Prabhupada says, read the purport, and Prabhupada will answering them by reading the purport to this gentleman, whoever it may be. Some of the children, like the George Harrison, will come here, also in very place, I remember, and a big room in the hall of Prabhupada will be staying, and Prabhupada's GBC are sitting there, everybody want to come, and Shruti Kitty or others, which are servant Prabhupada, will be there sometime. Some people want to see, but they are restricted by secretary and servants. But these people coming, and some of the incidents, like they say, George Harrison, other than that, says a professor from Oxford, he will be coming and saying, I think it could be the 2% from Oxford, I think. One is George, one is Professor Senner, and one is Edgerton or something. I can't remember properly. Excuse my English. I think it is Professor Zenner when he will come and talk to Prabhupada. He is telling, I also translated Bhagavad Gita, Swamiji. Yes, Prabhupada is listening, not saying anything. Suddenly he said, whatever I wrote exactly according to the what is dictionary, their meaning, Sanskrit meaning. But I wonder where you get all this meaning. You wrote your translation, I never find the dictionary is all this meaning. Prabhupada is telling nothing, remaining silent. And after telling something, when Mukunda Assembly, he told that he want to go. He has limited time. So Professor Zen are going, Prabhupada told us, everybody, guest come, see, he gets some prasad. Please take our food, prasad. Then Prabhupada told, in Sanskrit it says, Phalena parichayate. By the result you can judge. So he wrote, and many other great personalities celebrated, Radhakrishnan, Isharud, Gandhi, many others. But it couldn't make a single devotee of Krishna. And Prabhupada wrote Bhagavad Gita as it is. Prabhupada said, I don't claim the credit, I don't deserve. All credit goes to Krishna because I am simply like the instrument or pen. And what Krishna inspired, I wrote. It's not I am writing. But it made so many people enlightened, became devotee of Krishna. So the result tells who is right, who is wrong. Krishna is again and again telling to become my devotee, become my devotee. Most confidential in the manmana bhava mad bhakto, become my devotee. Only bhakta mam abhijanati javanjaschasmi tattata tato mam tattagatta vishadhe tat anantaram. One funny thing, something appeared to me when I was sitting there, where one poet came, as far as I remember. What is his name? I don't know. I have to check it with Sham Sundar's book or others. I wrote a little bit. There may be a poet from somewhere, I think it's from Ireland. Prabhupada, during talk he say, you are a great fighter, still you don't stop fighting for independence. And they're sharing jokes, a little laughing. At one point, I think he's telling nowadays, you tell your movement can solve all problems, or it is the panacea who can solve all problems, even modern day problem. Huh? Spiritually, all material problem can be solved easily, and by Sankirtan. So what about pollution and the factory, capitalist and labor fight? People say, yes, everything can be solved according to scripture. All Harinam can solve all problems. Harinam is not different from Krishna. So how will you solve this problem? Wasn't it can be solved? This problem of pollution can solve? Can be solved? Yes. Then he said, how pollution can be solved by chanting Hare Krishna? I said, that I don't know. But it works everywhere. Saidya is laughing, hearing this thing, and Prabhupada said, that I don't know, but it works. You try. Like that. Then another time, George, a poet, he many times saw he could give a harmonium early days, I heard, in States, in America. The poet Allen Ginsberg, he again came, he quite a few times went and looked for, spiritual, guide, some spiritual master. At the time, he liked Prabhupada after coming. He also goes to Kashi. Kashi means, Mayavadi's headquarters, Lord Shiva's temple there. And many ghats, maybe nearly about 72 or 80 ghats there, related to from the age of Satya Yuga, Harishchandra's time. After his name is the Harishchandra Ghat, Osti Ghat. Everyone knows. It is piety you get. Every ghat you take bath in the Ganges. And Vrindavan also there, Mathura. Vishram Ghat, where Kongso. Krishna took, relaxed after killing Kongso. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took bath. Nityananda Prabhu took bath. Prabhupada took bath there. Devotee goes there, take bath. And famous, very old place. And he went again from America and came, knowing that Prabhupada is here, he likes Prabhupada. Ginsberg came here, saw Prabhupada upstairs, I remember, and saying. But after coming, Prabhupada saw a little change in him. He started chanting Lord Shiva's name. Prabhupada stopped, stop! You chant Hare Krishna, you again chanting. And Prabhupada came to know he went to Kashi and sometime spent there. And Kashi is famous, one of the Lord Shiva's Jyotirling there. Originally it is there or not, I don't know, because Muslim emperors, they, demolished and put something else there. Now they are again. So like that. Prabhupada again and made him chant Hare Krishna, and Prabhupada was happy when he again started. Yes, this is best. Prabhupada was happy to hear his chanting Hare Krishna, and Prabhupada told him, give Jerusalem, feed him nicely, what he likes. I think my time is coming to an end. I don't know anything else I can remember, especially this thing, what remembering. And what shall I say? Next, this much I am remembering. Please, anybody else could remember and tell all these stories. There are many other things there. I don't like to worth mentioning, just like sometime here used to be. It's very old building. Naturally, many things happens. Sometimes used to have some strange vibration. Somebody can hear a little boy laughing and suddenly disappear. This one. It may start with a pantry, under the stairs there is a small place. And sometime upstairs, either first floor or second floor. Sometimes Janananda said, when next room, sometime this room, that hall, or next one, Shamsundar used to do some business. It's called jewelry business, bringing rubies from Rajasthan, India. But Prabhupada told him a story. Don't do this. Your father did it, your grandfather, you have got experience. In this connection, Prabhupada told a story also. Once, it's coming in mind, so if you give time, I finish it as soon as possible. Prabhupada asked, Prabhupada, he's taking the risk, spending so much money, will you be successful? Then Prabhupada smiled and told a story. Once a carpenter was doing work. After working, his time has come for a maybe meal or a breakfast. So want to go. When they go, usually unfinished some work. Suppose you are cutting a tree, and it's not completed. So it will be difficult unless you put a wood piece there in between. Otherwise, you don't put. Yes? So, everybody can. So he left one wood there and he's gone to take his meal. When he's in his absence, a monkey came. And he's playing around this and that. He doesn't know anything. Suddenly, he is in such a way, his tail happened to be between the tree, two branches, where the wood is there. Understand? And he's playing down, suddenly doing this and that, handling other things of his instruments of the Prabhupada is telling this story. And suddenly he, somehow or other, take out the wood at once. And he's caught and he cannot get out. So Prabhupada said, if your South India, what your father does, forefather does, like that, the generation doing the business or some work, like that is easy then. If you are not, better not take the risk. Maybe sometime you are fortunate, you may be successful ultimately. And usually, better to follow that path. What your father did or grandfather did, learn from them. Easier. You know everything, pros and cons and danger. Otherwise you may get stuck and can lose a lot of money. Another thing, this, you see this, Prabhupada's thing in the Bhasasan, actually in the beginning it was not that, it was something else, another Bhasasan. And Prabhupada most probably didn't like, when he first came, was it these Shaivites, they have this sort of. But anyway, Prabhupada still sat and in the class. And it's nice to see there is change. Like that. My time is over. Any other person there, they can speak. I cannot, anything not coming to my memory, I'm old, forget sometime. Of course, definitely many other things happen, we saw. My time is also a little over. You can select somebody who is there. Thank you very much. Haribol.
Namo Vishnu Padaya. Thank you, Maharaj. Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharane Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paskyata Deshatarane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Vanchakopa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Thank you very much, Subhag Swami, for your remembrances. Very much appreciated. Oh, Hare Krishna. Thank you. So we have some slides from Prabhupada's various visits to Bhaktivedanta Manor, especially, of course, on this day, 21st August. The devotees acquired the manor on the 1st of May, 1973, and then the deities were installed less than 4 months later, so it was a mad rush to get everything ready. So they're here, they're making the altar. Prabhupada would come every morning on his morning walk and observe the progress of the altar. And they got wood from here and there. There was not a lot of money, so it appears they also took wood from the former Rath cart. You can see from one of the pillars there. And also, if you look on the floor, just to the right of Prabhupada, it looks like a piece of wood from Bhaktivedanta Manor, somewhere in Bhaktivedanta Manor. So, this little section is about the Abhishek of Radha Gokulananda, and Prabhupada doing the arti, and then afterwards he danced and circumambulated. At that time he could go all the way around behind the deities. I guess you can still now, but he invited all the devotees to come with him. So here he's bathing the deity. This is Radharani that he's bathing. You can see Gokulananda is just behind, and they're both wearing these white cloths at this point. And we didn't have the fancy conch shells that we use today for bathing, so he took a ladle from the kitchen and a tiffin also. It's called Utility is the Principle. But I think for many of us this was the first time we had seen an Abhishek, so it was a very extraordinary experience for us, just absolutely fascinating. So here he's bathing Gokulananda. Oh, closer. And then as the liquids become finished inside the tiffin, he simply pours from the tiffin onto Radharani. Because with the ladle you can't get everything out. So again, very practical. And now somehow they remove the cloth at this point. The other photographs show the deities were in the white cloth, so now they've removed it. And now he's pouring the balance over Sri Sri Gokulananda. And then Prabhupada personally garlands Gokulananda. And the deities, of course, are taken to the altar at this point, and Malati and Balgopal dress them. And Prabhupada doesn't like the pujaris to take a long time. I don't know about this time, but on other occasions he would actually go onto the altar and tell them they're taking too long. Let's see. Thank you. So Prabhupada made the offering of the Bhoga himself, chanted Gayatri, and then offered his obeisances and began the arti. And the Bhoga stayed there throughout the arti. One thing that was quite remarkable about this arti, as Prabhupada was so riveted on the deity, so his attention was so rapt on the form of the deity, the devotees were observing Srila Prabhupada, and Prabhupada was simply focused on Sri Sri Radha Gokulananda. In the doorway is Sarvamangala. In the doorway. My husband is filming this. You can see he's just behind the plant with his big camera. So they're wonderful films of Prabhupada offering these items. Also, I didn't realize before, but there are actually 4 photographers. You can see on the left, again behind the plant, is Yogeshwar. And then there's a brahmachari just behind Prabhupada's hand, and then a devotee from Germany on the right of Prabhupada, and one other who was photographing Prabhupada at this point. Here he's offering the water, the offered water, to the assembled devotees. It's a very well photographed arti. After the arti, kirtan picked up. Prabhupada was quite pleased. And then he started this circumambulation. He would go behind the deities and he invited all the devotees to come with him. So all the devotees couldn't fit, but a huge amount of devotees did follow Prabhupada, circumambulating. And then when he became, he went around 3 times, and the 3rd time, when he came before the deities, he started to dance. And so here, it's hard to see Prabhupada, but you can see him. I wish I had a pointer, but he's behind a couple of hands right towards the middle. Is there a pointer? Oh. Oh, there he is. Up, no, to the up. There's Prabhupada, yeah. And again, you can see the photographers. Yogeshwar is there. Vishaka is there. Behind the plants. Somehow the photographers are always behind the plants. And Prabhupada offered the prayers. And then he himself offered his obeisances. Let's see, do we have this pointer? There. This is Prabhupada here. And you can see, again behind the plants, is Yadavar and Vishaka filming and photographing. Something with the plants, I don't know. So Prabhupada's day at Bhaktivedanta Manor, and everywhere he went, he would greet the deities after his morning walk, and then give class and have his massage, and then in the afternoons he would spend on the front lawn. So here after the installation, he's greeting the deities. The altar was very, very high at that point. And Lechmore Heath was very different. There weren't so many houses and very few cars, so the devotees could take up the whole road when they walked, and very rarely would a car come by. So it was quite a solitary time. Prabhupada was not particularly fond of the weather in Great Britain. Here he had something in his shoe, so Sridhar Prabhu was helping him remove it. Many of these landmarks you can still see today, which is wonderful. Go on the same morning walks that Srila Prabhupada went on when he was here. This tree is still there in the middle of the field at Lechmore Heath. It still has those odd branches sticking out on the trunk. You can see the sun is just coming up. It's this misty, wet weather that was not attractive to Srila Prabhupada. Cold. He wouldn't be very talkative on the walks, but occasionally he would stop and make some point and discuss with the devotees. On the left is a devotee named Mrs. Sharma, who was very attracted to serving Srila Prabhupada. She was based in Africa, but traveled with him quite a bit, as much as she could. Here he's walking through the little village, Lechmore Heath. This house is, I think, is on Summerhill Lane, still there today. And this is right outside our back gate. And these buildings are also just in Lechmore Heath, very nearby. I think there's one devotee here that perhaps you all can recognize. Who is this? Subhaga Swami. Here. This is his shoulder. Again, this is just outside our back gate. If you turn left after 1 minute, you come to the spot. And he's arriving at the manor. This is our Kulangana ashram. And this is the Vyasasan that Maharaj was referring to. Shamsundar Prabhu made it again from wood from the manor. Odd pieces that he picked up here and there. And Prabhupada, when he saw it, apparently he said, "This is for Lord Shiva." He wasn't very fond of it. That's why. Malati Devi Dasi. I'm not sure who this gentleman is. And Prabhupada returning to his rooms after the class, walking down the hallway to his room. That is Swati on the right, yeah? Swati Devi Dasi. And just behind Prabhupada is Bharahari Prabhu. Bhajahari Prabhu. And once he went to his room, he would have prasadam, and a little later, his massage. We want to restore this place in his room in memory of the spot where he had his massage. And then in the afternoons, it's a very relaxed time. What's the name? Kishori's daughter. Oh my goodness. And behind is Ansuduta's wife, Himabati. And the ladies would come and do deity seva while Prabhupada sat on the lawn. That's Balagopal, if I'm not mistaken. Sitting, yeah. And Prabhupada would speak with the devotees, speak with guests. Sometimes he would have a devotee read from one of his books as he sat on the lawn, the front lawn. Again, wonderful time for photographs. He's very relaxed and pleased. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. In honor of the occasion, we have a special breakfast. You're all invited to take a special breakfast in honor of Sri Sri Radha Gokulananda. Thank you so much for coming today. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So breakfast is in about 5-10 minutes. So in the meantime, we will be having some kirtans here in the temple room. Hare Krishna.